What is happening, everyone? Welcome to GBALL VISION. Today, we are talking about the Quiet Carry 9. Now, this knife had me truly excited when it was first unveiled and it was going to be coming out. And then it came out. And I went over to Quiet Carry's website, had this in my cart, checked out the specs a little bit, just to see what kind of size I was dealing with and that sort of thing. And then I saw 20 CV on the blade steel, and I really pumped the brakes on this knife. Now, 20 CV is a fantastic steel, but if you are familiar with Quiet Carry, you know that Quiet Carry designs knives. They make knives that are rust proof, rust resistant. They use LC200N, they use VanX, they are now using MagnaCut, and they've used 20 CV on some other various models. But I did not expect them to go with 20 CV on this knife. Now, this knife is like a $330 knife. And I heard some reasons to why they went with 20 CV over the VanX, mainly due to pricing. And I thought to myself, that really doesn't make any sense. The VanX is probably more expensive, yes, but it's not that much more expensive that they couldn't have just made the knife, say, $350. Or $340 or whatever it was. I think it retails for $330 or $335, somewhere in that ballpark. They are now coming in MagnaCut, which is a way better choice than 20 CV, in my opinion. If you're looking purely for edge retention, then 20 CV is great. For me, I am looking more towards the full circle of, does it have good corrosion resistance? Is it pretty tough? Is it tough? Does it have good edge retention on top of that? And VanX is a fantastic steel. MagnaCut is a fantastic steel. I think they really whiffed on this one. Now, in my opinion, they definitely were selling them out. Every time they would drop, they would sell out, And for someone like me, who I have probably 50 knives in just 20 CV alone, not counting M390 and 204P. So this wasn't as appetizing for me when it dropped. I was excited as all hell when this knife came out. Love the full flat grind. Love the blade shape. Just love the look of this knife. It's comfortable. Very well done from Quiet Carry. They do a fantastic job. Thumb studs for deployment. Good access with a great chamfer. Nice, thick chamfer. Easy to disengage. You have a nice milled clip. Nice titanium backspacer. Just a great knife. And I think they really whiffed on the steel. Now, they have made amends on that and are going with MagnaCut now. I don't know why they still haven't done it in VanX. It's not like they don't have the VanX. They have the new large drift that is coming in VanX. They have other knives that they're still doing in VanX. So I'm not sure why they aren't doing VanX for this knife. Now, I love that they're starting to use MagnaCut, but I have quite a bit of MagnaCut at this point too. Now, not near as much as I do in other steels, but VanX is something I don't have a lot of. I think I maybe have 2, maybe 3 knives in it, and it's a steel that I really like on the couple of knives that I have it in. I love that I don't have to worry about keeping it oiled. It's not going to corrode. It's a tough steel. It has good edge retention. It's just a steel that I really have started to like over the last year. I'm hoping they, I might pick one of these up in MagnaCut. That definitely turned the tables for me and this knife. We're coming in with about 3 inches of cutting edge, just shy, 3 1/4 total, and then we are coming down just shy of 7.5 inches overall. So it's not a big knife, but it is a good size as far as, just an everyday carry style of knife. This would double as a pretty good work knife, good utility style knife as well. Coming in at your atypical 4 ounces. That's, this is a very standard size and weight. After checking out lots and lots of knives, knives that are coming out these days in this same vein, they're typically between 7 1/4 and 7 3/4, typically weigh between 4 and 4.5 ounces. Now, this has some specialty to it. It's very well made from Quiet Carry. I like how they integrated the knurled titanium with the carbon fiber, like split, and I think that looks fantastic. You don't see that a whole lot. Usually it's half titanium, half carbon fiber, or whatever. I like how they kind of split the look all the way down. Now, they did do knurled titanium on half of this, and then they kept the other side just plain. There is a little bit of micro milling in there. I don't know if the camera will pick it up. Feels good, looks good in person. I think I would have preferred that they did the knurled titanium on this side and the carbon fiber on this side. That way they could have done the same thing on the lock side. It would have looked a lot better. Now, not that this looks bad, but just some minor critiques, trying to be very critical, and just say what I think, say what I feel, and that way it gives people, an idea of what I think, and it gives my honest opinion, and the person who may or may not be looking at this knife, some things to consider. Now, would I buy this knife in 20 CV if, I didn't have many knives at all, or I didn't have many knives in 20 CV? Yeah, you bet your ass I would buy this knife, no question about it. But seeing as I have quite a few knives in 20 CV, it really kind of dropped off my radar until recently when they came out in MagnaCut. Throw a couple knives up here for comparison. The Deca from Hogue is definitely right in line with the Quiet Carry 9. The Hogue Ritter is going to be just a touch bigger, which means the Para 3 will be a touch smaller, and our Paramilitary 2 Cutlery Shop exclusive will be just a touch bigger. Why don't we throw the Kaiser Bugai in there? Fairly popular knife. And we'll do one more, a very popular budget knife this year in 2023. Very close comparison right there. Let's do one more. The Centurion, which will be just a touch bigger because the Moyero is right in line and the Centurion is a little bigger. So that gives you a fair idea of its size. How about we do a little blade stock check and behind the edge check. So very thin, 115 thousandths for the blade stock, and we'll just pick a random spot here, possibly. So coming down around 18 thousandths, yeah, we got a pretty good hold on there, about 18 thousandths right there at the end. Might get thicker or thinner going up to the tip and back towards the tang there. Like I said, guys, this is a fantastic design, and it's very well made. There's just some things I would have liked to have seen added or changed to this knife. I wanted to see VanX MagnaCut, like I said. Now that they're doing that, that's a great change. So I'm fine with the MagnaCut. The double thumb studs is great. The finish that they use on the blade, it's like a tumbled stonewash satin. Very well done. It should take wear. Very good. It's not a huge fingerprint magnet either, and it looks clean, nice and thin. You put a good edge on this, and this will be a slicing machine. I love the handle materials, but in order to keep it the same on both sides, I think maybe they should have reversed this. Like I said, I would have liked to have seen the back spacer come up about halfway, maybe even a little further, but you know, and that just adds to the comfort of this knife, and you're not adding a whole lot more weight just to give us that little bit more back spacer. The clip works very well. It's very comfortable in hand. All the edges are nice and softened. You know, they do a very good job at quiet carry. I'm a pretty big fan of them over there. I think that I don't know what the reasoning behind the 20CV, you know, is or was when they came out with this knife. I don't know if they were having issues back then with getting VanX. I don't really think that's the case. MagnaCut may be an issue, but I'd like to know their reasoning behind the 20CV. I don't really want to hear price, because at $330 as it sits, what's another $10 or $20 in giving VanX? So, and I don't know that it would have increased the price that much. So unless they felt that 20CV was the best way to go, I'd really love to hear from Quiet Carry why they went with the 20CV initially. I don't know if they're cutting the 20CV out completely and just going with MagnaCut only now, or if they're going to offer both. I do know that they are in MagnaCut right now. I don't think there are any in stock at this current time of recording this. They come in and out of stock pretty heavily, you know, every other month, or, you know, every 2 months or so. They'll come into stock, and if you want one, you got to be pretty quick, because once the word gets out that they're in stock, they will go out of stock pretty quickly until the majority of people who have wanted this knife, you know, get the knife. So I did a quick check, and it does not look like they're going to offer this in 20CV anymore. And from the jump to 20CV to MagnaCut, I don't think the price changed at all. It is currently running at $335, and I believe that is what this was going for when they came out. It was either $330 or $335. So it was either no difference or a $5 difference. So even if VanX was $10 to $15 more, which I don't think it would be, and it might be, even if it was, we're talking $350. So I don't want to harp on that the whole video, but I don't understand it. Ball bearings in the pivot there. It's got great action. Very, very smooth. Nice and thwacky on the open. You can reverse flick this all day long. Because this is a exposed frame lock, lefties could have an issue. You have to really be low on it in order to, you have to be way off the lock bar, because if you're up here, there's no way. So lefties will have somewhat of an issue. You will not be able to carry this lefty. I do like how they did the pocket clip there. Hidden pocket clip tang anyway. The pocket clip is recessed there inside underneath the scale there, and then you can see that they have the screw there holding it in. I don't know what the I know the pivot is T8. Body screw is T8. And the pocket clip screw is T8. So they went T8 all the way around. So great move on. Oh, no, wait. It is left-hand friendly. Is it? No. No. That's just a filler screw there. Oh, okay. I was going to say, it's not left-hand friendly. That's just the barrel, I believe, that goes through and kind of captives the screw there. So T8 all the way around. That's a good move. It does look nice and clean on the show side with no hardware, no tooled hardware on that side. And it's got very minimal hardware to begin with. You have one pivot screw, one body screw, and I think the clip screw is your second body screw combined with your clip screw. And then you have two lock bar screws there. And then you have Quiet Carry's little dot system that they like to do. Let me know down in the comments what you think of this knife, what you think of the choice to go with 20 CV over Van-X or Magna Cut originally. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say about that. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up on your way out if you're new to the channel or you've been here before and you are not subscribed. Hit the subscribe button down below the video. I would love to have you here. Otherwise, guys, I will catch you on the next one.